on, Ty?
What's up, Truth, man?
Now, you feeling?
Truth, you be
I'm mad. Ty, I'm mad, man.
You be having me here cracking the fuck up, Truth, man. I'm telling you, man.
Ty, I'm mad right now. I'm
What's
mad.
Up? What's wrong?
They told me I was a star and I should go to Instagram.
Oh shit! You getting there though? You getting there?
Man,
you getting there?
Man, it's 19 people on here. I can't.
you gotta start somewhere, man. Just like your YouTube channel. Then you start somewhere on YouTube.
Man, I'm disappointed. I'm going back to YouTube.
You ain't dropped no blogs today?
I got like 10 of them I'm finna drop tonight though. I got my list right here. Let me ask you something. Is it something I need to touch on that's out there?
Oh man. Nah, not that I know of. Ain't nothing really been going on besides them quarantine raps and social distance.
Which reminds me,
really been nothing going on.
Hey, you think I should turn it up and do one? If I do one, that'll be crazy, won't it?
What, a quarantine? Like a rap? A battle rap? Like you rapping yourself?
Oh, yes. I mean, hey, like everybody else doing.
I ain't never heard you rap. I don't want you to embarrass yourself.
What? Fam, I'm cold. Fam, I'm cold with that rapping stuff. They ain't no, look, I'm better than these dudes. Easy. Come on, man. You heard my music. Stop playing, man.
Nah, I heard you. Listen. And this no homo, because like you said earlier when you was talking to homeboy, motherfuckers, you know how to get on the internet and you say something crazy, you gotta say pause and no homo and all that shit.
Right.
The only thing I ever heard you was sing. And for a brother you can sing. No bullshit.
Appreciate that.
You got a voice on you. But I never heard you rap though. I never heard you spit no bars, so that's why. So I can't really.
And I'm the best at that rapping stuff, fam. Look. Let me tell you. This is how I said. Let me just show you what I did. This is what I said. I said, check this out.
Here's something.
I'm a shooter like Django, bust like a nympho, take you out your whip like a repo, stretch forms like bad work, plug like Esco. I can wear brick with my eyes closed, jury rail like bangos, Durango, sold up the hood to the condos, get money like bad bras, never been a fraud, then they got a team that'll touch y'all. I make love to the finest women, cop form with the blinders in them, drink juice with the diamonds in them, double breast like suspenders on me, the clips. Boy, what? What? Did you hear that?
I heard that, but you can't do that on a battle rap stage, man. They're gonna boo you.
Look, that ain't dissing. That's real stuff.
But listen though, but I want to tell you this though.
That's real stuff, dog.
That's true shit. But I want to tell you this. I think this is the reason why they boo Cassidy on the stage. They boo Cassidy because he don't directly battle to a person.
I directly battle though. Bro, you saw what I did to Rome DMV. That was direct. Matter of fact,
I'm gonna tell you, listen though.
He ain't been back since.
Truth. Listen, the first time when I first started watching the blogs and shit, I was watching what's the bull what the fuck is the dark skin bull that be in like the studio type shit? Dark skin bull. Is that Vodafly? That's him? Vodafly?
I ain't know he was in the studio.
Well, it looked like a studio with like wallpaper behind him and shit.
Oh, with the backdrop?
Yeah. I was watching him when I first started watching blogging. I was watching him, but he was like kind of like me and him didn't connect. So I was like, I can't watch a motherfucker that's not entertaining me. And I first started watching you. I'm gonna tell you when I first started watching you. I first started watching you when Briz and Mook and them got into that fight, and you broke it down. That's the first time and that was only that was like 6-7 months ago.
Okay. So that was my
first time started watching you, and the only reason I watched it because I know Briz. Like I know Briz from Delaware because that's where I'm from. So
you know him personally.
We went to high school together. Went to high school together. Me and Briz did a song together in his crib when he lived down in Delaware. Yeah, we cool like that. But I haven't seen him because he went to North Carolina like a year before I graduated. I think he graduated the year before me, and then I graduated after him. But he had went to North Carolina. He was going through something, whatever, and he went to North Carolina. So I ain't seen him for like years. And the first time I seen him again probably was like 3 months ago. I seen him in Delaware. So that was my first time seeing him. But yeah, but when I seen that he was fighting on the battle rap stage, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
When was he fighting? You saw him fighting?
Well, you know.
Hold on, what fight was this? I saw him get look. I saw him get fighted. I saw him get fighted.
Listen.
I definitely saw him get fighted on. I saw him get fighted.
When you said that shit I don't know if you said that shit the other night when you was on the blog about him and Briz, and you said that fighted on shit, man. Yo, listen. I could not stop laughing here. I'm like, yo, fight it. What the fuck? I hope he know that he's saying it wrong. And then you kept saying it. I'm like, yeah, he gotta be being a comedian. And I could not stop fighting. I'm like, this motherfucker is crazy. But that's when I first started watching you, man, when they got into that little scuffle or whatever you want to call it. And you broke it down.
Wait, what scuffle he got into? Wait, what was you watching? Cause you speaking like there was some transactions on his.
Nah, I'm not. Listen, that's my folks. It is what it is. I ain't going blast him. He been blasted enough. That's what I'm gonna say. He been blasted enough. So I ain't gonna blast him.
He told Sway Sever that Calico father hit him. He ain't never got hit like that in his life. Nobody never hit him as hard as Calico father.
Holy shit! But listen though, who would you be most upset? Who would you be most upset with that whole situation?
Tay Rock.
Absolutely.
Tay Rock.
I don't know
on a number of occasions. He instigated the whole thing. If you watched the battle and you saw it, he right there edging them on.
I seen what they showed, yeah.
He while they was going on, that's who was amping, breezing them up. You know how he played a hype man in the corner, all the ad lib. That's right. Get them niggas, go. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to impress him, and he all feeling himself. Man, that's crazy.
It's one thing about that guy, and I ain't gonna lie. I like Tay Rock raps. Tay Rock, he's a great battle rapper. But he got 9 lives in this battle rap community because all the shit that came out on him.
Man,
he's still in high demand though. He's still in high demand. Like people still want to see this dude, and I'll be like this, what the fuck is the world coming to? But like you say, I guess it's just the battle rap community. A lot of people never been in. A lot of people never been in that world. So a lot of motherfuckers just look at the battle rap as entertainment, which that's what it is. But at some point in time, man, you got to realize what's real and what's not. And
man, fam,
I don't think I can ever sit there and watch him do a whole battle again. I couldn't. Because how would that's weird, man. I couldn't, man. I couldn't.
When you steady getting caught back to back in transgender scandals, no. I mean that's something crazy, fam. I mean, like, no. I mean, come on. And crazy thing about it, and he still got people want to be up under him.
That's the crazy.
Look, first of all, you do everything a leader shouldn't do. Mess with homosexuals. Leave your friends while they fighting. Look, now let's keep it real. Man. Let's keep it real. They talking about gang, right? Just lucky it happened in a venue where wasn't no guns involved.
Because it'd have been different.
Streets entirely different. Now think about it. It'd have
been totally different.
If you could do that while we're in the venue, you don't stand a chance on the streets. If I can't trust you if I can't trust you to stand toe to toe with me in a fight, fam, you watching us
in the streets, you're not even gonna see him.
That's what I'm trying to tell.
Because nobody, because listen though, through every clip that they showed during that fight or whatever you want to call it, you didn't see him until you got to the clip with the door where he was standing by the door. That's the only time I ever seen him. So just imagine if that scuffle went to outside, you wouldn't have seen him. He would have ran. Promise you, he would have ran. Right. Promise you. There's no way around it.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? That man didn't even attempt to try to help nobody. That's how fearful he was. Usually you trying to either get your homies back, or you trying to diffuse the problem. That brother stayed clear out the way. Like he didn't want. And then to make matters worse, then he go to what was that, Twitter or something, where he talking about it like I wasn't finna do nothing to blackface. You right? I ran.
That was weird. I seen that.
What?
He said I would have ran or something. As a matter of fact, that's what he said. He said I would have ran. That's what he said. I would have ran.
Laughing emojis. You damn right I was gonna run. I ain't finna fight him. What? You ain't finna fight a person that's trying to fight you. Like, you sound crazy. And you watching your team get whooped, and they supposed to. And you know what's crazy in a T-Rex battle? You watching with the T-Rex battle. He gonna say in the battle, try that now. Try it right now. Right, try it now. Okay, why? Because Calico and them ain't here. Like, come on, man.
But listen though, but a lot of that shit is them battle rappers' fault because you don't know them. You don't know them people. You only known them people since you've been in battle rap. So you can't. So in some ways, I don't think Briz could have been. Briz probably in his head saying, I really can't be mad at him because I really don't know him. So how can I? So how can you understand what I'm saying? How can you expect someone to rock for you? How can you expect? Nah, but listen, battle rapping and knowing somebody from the sandbox is totally different. Or knowing somebody from your neighborhood that you went to middle school with or high school with or whatever. That's something different. But you meeting somebody as a grown man and y'all know each other from battle rap and that's all y'all know each other from. How can you expect that person to fight for you? The first thing in my mind is I'm not even going into a situation like that with you because I don't know what you would do.
But
and
what
that's
about
what these
now?
Battle rappers do.
Well, what about now, seeing that he know him now? What about that?
Do you want me to be honest?
Yeah,
I think Briz. I think bad, but I think Briz kind of like putting a space between them. Just by by a lot of comments he be putting on IG and shit. It seemed like he trying to like that's still his boy, that's still his bro, but he like spacing himself away. He better be spacing himself away because you only got one time to do that with me. Facts.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you something.
With me, man.
I'm gonna tell you something real, and this a real fact. A real fact. When I first started doing my time in Chicago, when I got sentenced to prison in Chicago, and I started doing my time, right? When I get there, you know, I used to be a GD, a gangster disciple, right? You know what that is?
Nah, but I heard you talk about it. I mean, I know it's a gang, but I'm not really into gang shit. So
it's like the biggest gang in the United States. You know what I'm saying? And my brother is the leader of them in the area that he from. He run the whole state. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Where we was at. Now, when I get there, this is my first time in prison. So in my mind, I'm used to what I see in the prison movies. Everybody got the knives. You got to fight for your life. People going to try to rape you. That's what's in my mind because this is my first time ever in prison. And it's crazy because when I get there, by me being a GD, we got to be with our own people and team. Now, in our gang, it's two branches. It's the big folks and the younger folks, like the OGs and a younger one. You get what I'm saying? So when I get there, soon I get there, the joint is already in like chaos amongst our own brothers. It's a big old thing. It's like the OGs against the young G's. And they like, hey, we all got to go to the yard. I'm like, what's going on? They like, the leader of the folks His name was K-Town. They was like the leader of the folk, and K-Town is a place in Chicago.
Yeah.
He was like the leader of the folks who called in for the G's. He messing with this homosexual. He was like, and he messing with this homosexual. Now here's the thing though. The laws we had, he wasn't in violation as far as how the laws go. Like every prison got laws among the gangs. We had a law in our gang. And
is that the rule set up by the gangs, or that the rule set up by the gangs, right?
The rule set up by the gangs to keep the peace within the prison so it won't send other people and other gang members off. Like usually in prison, you ain't into it with your rivalry. You usually be into it with your own gang because each gang controls and contains their own people so it can prevent riots. So you always usually be into it with your own gang because them the people y'all be around anyway, your own people. You don't really be with the ops like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that being said, when I get there, they like, look, the leader of the folks, he messing around with a homosexual. But according to the laws, he not wrong because the law went like this. Like the law went like this. Let me tell you. Cause see, in prison it's like this. You gotta keep in mind these laws were given by OGs who've been doing time since the 1950s and 60s. So it's they rules that still comply to this day. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So according to the rules, this how the rule went. You can't engage in no homosexual activity unless you over the age of 25 years old and it's with consent. This what stopped a lot of people from getting raped in jail and all that type of stuff. You can't force nobody. It got to be consensual, but you got to be old enough to know what you being involved in. So you couldn't be involved in no homosexual stuff unless you were over the age of 25 years old. That's how it is, because a lot of people in prison are lifers. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
So you know, they have the right to mess around with faggots in the joint if it's with consent and they over the age. Okay, so the leader of the folks, he was messing with a homosexual, but it was with consent and they were well over the age of 25. But the young G's was like, we don't care. I don't care what the law say. He not calling it over us messing with a homosexual. Period. Then
so he still was trying to be the leader of y'all, but he was sleeping with. That what you said?
Let me tell you in the joint. So we all this like my first day there. Like I don't know what's going on. I'm just being told by the other G because they got to put us up on game on what's going on so we could be aware. So they like, I say, who is K-Town? We on the yard. They say that brother down there. He was on the other end of the yard holding hands with the homosexual dude like a real couple. I'm like, he the one calling it over us? They like, yeah, that's why we having this meeting. He got to go. They wanted to eradicate him and remove him. But keep in mind, he not in violation of our laws. You get what I'm saying?
But it's a principle that he's in violation of.
Now the OG, the older G's, they trying to calm the younger G's down. The younger G's who were like my age and a little bit over, they was like, man, we ain't trying to hear that. They call them radicals. We ain't trying to hear that. We G's, we know what the law say, but we don't honor that. You get what I'm saying? The OG's like, but we got to keep law because that's what sustained our organization. And he's not wrong. He within the law. So then it was crazy because K-Town found out we was having a meeting about him. So by him being the leader of the folks, he come around. He say, y'all having a meeting about me? I ain't in violation of nobody. I ain't broke no law. I'm in right of the law. I ain't did nothing wrong at all. And he, you know, he real cocky because he calling it over everybody. He like, if any one of y'all trying to put me up on charges, because that's what it was called, putting brother up on charges. He like, if any one of y'all try to put me up on charges, then I'm putting y'all up on charges and y'all gonna get violated. Think I'm playing. You know, he talking real hard. So some of the young dudes was like, nigga, we ain't trying to hear that. So it got real chaotic out on the yard. Then all the guards started coming out because they seeing things finna get out of control. So they dispersed the situation, sent us all back to our units and everything. Whatever unit he was on, I don't know. But the next morning, he was gone from the prison. Word was they got a hold to him. Them young radical G's, they got a hold to him and beat him they beat him either to death or half the death. I don't know, because I don't know what was the end results. But he had to get flown on a helicopter to the closest hospital so that he could live, because they beat him half the death, because they didn't want to hear nothing. They was not going for it.
Man, that's not even supposed to be that's not even supposed to be a part of the rule package.
but you got to keep it. Look, it's not. But guess what? It's like that throughout mainly all prisons everywhere around the United States, because again, guys in there got life and been in there for almost their whole life, and then I'm gonna keep it real. Some of them some people really believe that if they not the one on the receiving end, they not really faggots. They believe if somebody suck my penis, I'm not a faggot. You get what I'm saying?
That's gay.
Right. You know what's crazy? You ever heard of Gangsta Pat?
No.
He a rapper from down south called Gangsta Pat. Think he used to be affiliated in some type of way with 3-6 Mafia and them or something like that.
I think I knew you was about to say that. I think I heard of him before. I knew you was about to say that.
He had a song about,
but I wasn't really their type of fans. I ain't listen to that type of music, but
he had a song about that type of, he had a prison song. You know, back in the late 80s, the late 80s to like the like early 80s to the late 90s, they used to have on rap albums prison songs. Like it was like a criteria, almost a mandatory prison song, just like it was a mandatory Dead Homie song or a mandatory like club song. Those were like mandatory for albums to do some type of prison song. And Gangsta Pat used to have a song, and it was crazy, called something Blood on My Knife, or it was called Blood on My Knife, or SHIT on his DICK. You either get blood on my knife or you could get dookie on my penis, right? But in the song, he say, it don't make me a fag because I'm getting my thing sucked. The fag is the nigga that's bending over to get F. And Cass was really rocking that, like that was some of the realest stuff being said. Real facts. You get what I'm saying? Real facts. You know, so some people do believe because they ain't the ones getting pounded, they not a fag, even though they doing the pounding. They really do believe that. Man. I believe the same way. But I promise you, some people do. Some people do believe that.
Listen though, any sexual act with the same sex is gay. I don't give a fuck if you're receiving, giving. That shit's gay, man. That's not in the Bible.
No doubt. So no doubt. I believe the same way, 100%. But that's exactly how it is. And let me tell you something crazy. Every gang got those same rules in the prison like that. That's how they maintain the prison. You could go back and watch the movies, American Me,